Next on Paranormal, caught on camera. Next on Paranormal, caught on camera. A haunted mansion in Nevada is home to a ghost that apparently likes to read.
It almost looks like it's like sliding out, like something's looking at it to like, is this what I want to read?
A New Jersey woman discovers something disturbing while filming a video for social media.
I felt instant dread. That's nobody that I recognize. That's terrifying.
A family in Indiana witnesses unexplained lights in the sky.
There's another one right here.
My initial thought was that I was seeing multiple ships, but by the end, I was pretty convinced this was one thing that was rotating.
And even more paranormal footage you have to see.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
To believe.
Fue como muy rápido.
If you've ever thought about trying to summon a demon, consider this one piece of paranormal advice. Don't. Because conjuring up negative entities may result in unpredictable outcomes, such as getting possessed, suffering psychological consequences, or even bodily harm. Just ask 3 friends in Canada.
So if there is a demon here, I summon you.
Who learned about all of these things the hard way.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
Oh my God.
February 2025, Ottawa, Canada.
Yeah, there's the house right there. That is so creepy.
Paranormal investigator Mo Sargi and his friends Chris and Laura have just arrived at an abandoned house that Mo visited several years ago.
Whoa, this place still looks as creepy as I last left it.
Mo's hoping Chris and Laura will get to experience some of the unexplained activity that he has in the past.
So from what I remember, this house was freaking terrifying. There's something weird about the basement.
My name is Mo Sargi, and this is my video. The first time I ever went into this place, I immediately felt something in my bones. I felt like there was a presence. I definitely knew something was there, I just couldn't pinpoint what it is.
Hoping to figure that out, Mo begins with an unconventional ghost hunting technique.
Hey, demon or spirit, what if I summoned you? Would you like show yourself? So if there is a demon here, I summon you. Come communicate with us.
Listen, it's never a good idea to summons a demon. I don't care what the reason, babe. I don't care if you're trying to get the lottery numbers. I don't care if your great-grandmama need help transitioning over to the next side. There is no reason for you ever to be in communication with a demon. They not your friend.
Demon, I summon you. Demon, I summon you. Demon, I summon you. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Probably not. But luckily, nothing happens. So they head to another part of the house.
All right, let's go down to the basement, guys.
And what they find is disturbing.
Clearly, this was a kid's room. There's a desk, a computer. But look at this. It's almost like they were locking somebody in here.
The implications of the kids' clothes, the padlocks on the door, the idea that kids may have been locked in to some of these rooms is really awful, but also really increases the chances that this might become a haunted space.
Or maybe it already has.
Oh! What's that? You guys okay? That was so loud noise.
Mo, Chris, and Laura go back upstairs to see if they can find out what was responsible for the noise. And once again, Mo takes his chances by egging on whatever it might be.
All right, demons, do your worst.
But still, nothing. So Mo uses an SLS app on his phone's camera
What are you? Show yourself.
to map any energies that can't be seen by the naked eye.
I think the SLS camera is one of those pieces of equipment that offers a visual to an investigation. When you can add a visual and then you can see this anomaly in an area in which you think there may be activity, that really kind of adds intensity to the investigation.
Sure enough, moments later,
Oh, look, there it is. Sitting right by the couch.
something is here.
I thought that was quite intriguing to see that the SLS camera captured that in that specific area. It seemed to be not wanting to be seen.
Guys, this thing only maps actual beings. It doesn't map furniture. Who's touching me?
No.
Who grabbed my shoulder?
Nobody.
Really?
Honest to God.
Suddenly,
Oh my God.
some unseen force knocks Mo to the ground.
I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I've been pushed, grabbed, even pushed downstairs by the paranormal. But this felt different. This felt personal.
Oh my God.
In most cases, when a spirit gets pushy, they're not manipulating you physically to try to, communicate with you. They're sending a pretty obvious message. And that is, you're not welcome there, and, you might want to think about getting out.
Which is exactly what Mo and his team do, ending their 4-hour investigation.
Let's go. All right, demons, you guys can stay here. Please don't follow us. Don't come with us. I'm closing this door behind me.
But true to form, Mo is ready and willing to tempt his fate again.
The experience that I had in this little tiny haunted house on the last time that I went there was by far the craziest one. Like, getting dragged or pulled into a wall is absolutely insane. But I definitely want to go back someday.
Oh my God.
Coming up, a woman in New Jersey captures some kind of entity creeping through her bedroom. When life gets tough, sometimes people reach out to deceased loved ones for a sign to show that they are being watched after. But be warned, as comforting as it may seem, opening the door to the spiritual world might allow other, less desirable guests through the veil and into your home. Just ask a woman in New Jersey who asked for a sign from her deceased grandparent and ended up getting one from something else altogether. November 2024, in Paulsboro, New Jersey. Gina Carr has the house to herself, while her family is hanging out outside. So she takes the opportunity to film a selfie video comparing hair extensions to post on her social media app. Later that night, while editing the video in bed, Gina realizes that perhaps she might not have been as alone as she thought. Watch closely. Did you see it? Watch again, as what appears to be the top of a man's head passing by in the background. Who on earth was that?
My name is Gina, and this is my video. It was between like 1 and 3 in the morning, and I saw something go by me. And I was like, wait a second. So I rewinded it, and I saw it again. And I was like, let me zoom in. And I literally, when I saw it, I threw my phone. Like, I physically felt sick to my stomach when I saw it. It was like just dread, just pure dread, and just feeling uncomfortable and not safe.
This is one of those clips to file under Weird AF. It goes from mundane to macabre. This woman is just filming herself, and then we see this thing that looks rather tall. It appears to have a very high forehead, but no face where there should be a face. It's freaking weird.
Just kind of disappears behind her and never goes back out of the room. So if this was indeed some kind of a spirit, a ghost, full body apparition, that would be stellar, because there's no transparency to me. I mean, it literally looks as real as you and I.
So real that Gina checks her security cameras to see if any of her family members came inside while she was filming, but finds they hadn't.
They were outside. There's literally no way anybody could have like snuck up behind me.
To prove her point, Gina makes another recording.
If I walk into my room, listen how noisy it is.
She has the right approach in analyzing and deducing what this could or could not be. If somebody was inside, she would have heard that. So that points to this being something that is more ethereal or spirit than a human.
But what spirit? And why? Gina has a theory, as she explains a short while later to her social media followers.
Just thing about this is, like, a week ago, I was telling my mom, I was like, I need like a sign from somebody. She's like, well, ask for a sign from your grandmother. My daughter the very next day went into a drawer and found a picture of my grandfather holding me as a baby and started calling it Ella and Pop. I called him Grandpop. He was dead by the time I was 18, so she obviously never met him.
I have no other pictures of my grandfather. Like, my mom doesn't have any at her house for her to have even seen, to call him Pop. So I thought it was just so strange and bizarre and kind of beautiful at the same time.
But even though the discovery of this picture came 2 days before the creeping figure, Gina isn't sure the faceless apparition is her grandfather.
When I saw it, I just felt like that's not something I know. That's not a person, an energy. That's nothing I've ever seen before. That's nobody that I recognize. That's terrifying.
It is intriguing that she wanted to make contact with her deceased grandparent, and then this kind of thing happens. You really have to wonder, if you're picking up that spectral telephone to reach to the other side, does it suddenly become a paranormal party line where you cannot control who might come through?
And it seems whatever might have come through might also still be there, as Gina continues to hear unexplained sounds and is planning on moving out of the house, partly because of the activity.
We move within like the next 60 days, and I genuinely can't wait to get out of here.
And along with the moving boxes, Gina will enter her new home with a more open mind.
Prior to that video, I had 100% certainty that there is no such thing as a ghost. There is no such thing as paranormal activity. I genuinely, after seeing what I saw, my whole worldview is flipped upside down. My whole perspective has changed on everything. everything.
Coming up, several UFOs stun a family in Indiana.
There's another one right there. I know.
Over the past few years, UFOs have become less a question of do you believe, and more a question of when will everyone accept? As more and more government and military officials are testifying to Congress that they've seen not only extraterrestrial ships, but also biological material. Yet even now, with so much being revealed, when UFOs are sighted near government facilities, an official explanation is often nowhere in sight, begging the question, how much is the government telling us about alien life? And how much are they hiding?
Whoa! Daddy, we see them!
October 7th, 2024, in Kokomo, Indiana. It's about 8 p.m., and Christina Sharp has stepped out for some fresh air when she notices strange lights in the sky. Initially, she shrugs them off, but after they hang in the air for 30 minutes, she tells her family to come outside, then takes out her phone and starts recording.
See it? Huh? Whoa! Daddy, we see them!
It's a string of lights that seem to follow a sequential pattern, yet move in two directions. And Christina and her family are stunned.
My name is Christina, and this is my video. It looked like they were playing leapfrog. They would flash, they would kind of simmer out for a second, but then they would flash and they would jump places, and they started doing like zigzags through the sky. It was just very odd. It was like, well, what are those? And am I going crazy?
What in the world? There's another one right there.
I know. We see a number of lights in the sky that are hard to explain, and unlike videos that we've seen which could be mistaken as just sky lanterns floating across the sky, these just seem to materialize out of literally thin air.
It seemed very, very intelligent, the way the lights were staggering. It was like one would go off, then another one would show up. Then one would go off and another one would show up.
My initial thought was that I was seeing multiple ships, but by the end, I was pretty convinced this was one thing that was rotating, and I was seeing a different side of it as different lights rotated away from me.
But whether multiple crafts or just one, whatever it was, didn't seem to be on anyone's radar. Literally.
There is no evidence I could find of planes actually in the area. I pulled up what we call the ADS-B database, a type of a broadcasting transmitter that nearly every plane in this airspace is required to have. At that time, we had two single-engine, prop-driven planes, very, very small, and then we had two commercial airplanes. Both of them were above 24,000 feet. None of them fit the profile over Kokomo.
I don't understand what those are.
Perhaps that has something to do with where Christina lives in Kokomo. Very near to Grissom Air Reserve Base.
I was born and raised here in Kokomo, and you would get used to kind of military exercises here and there, but this isn't common. It's not something that has been going on for years. It's picking up recently, and it's worrisome. It's like, why? Why is it picking up?
Whoa!
I've seen them several nights since.
Seen them and caught them on camera.
We've been at local parks and have taken videos, just several different places around town that we've seen just different formations and things up in the sky that we can't explain.
Did I say another star?
You think, okay, could that have been the military maybe testing something, flying something around? But on the other hand, would they really fly something like that right above all these homes for people to see? Or is it possibly something extraterrestrial coming to see what they're doing?
Hard to know for sure. But whatever it is, Christina is keeping a level head, doing at least some part to the enthusiasm of some of the younger witnesses.
We have very curious kids, so they were super excited. It's like, oh, instantly they jump on it's aliens, it's UFOs, it's this.
Whoa.
And okay, well, I don't know what it is.
Daddy, we see them.
Coming up, a woman's beloved dog,
Frenchie, are you there?
comes to visit her from the afterlife.
Hello, my sweet girl. I knew you were here.
When a loved one passes away, many believe in the initial aftermath. Their spirit temporarily remains on Earth with one sole purpose: helping their living counterparts through their anguish. But if the story of one woman in North Carolina is any indication, if the love is powerful enough, sometimes the job of spiritual grief counselor isn't limited to just the departed humans.
Hello, my sweet girl. I knew you were here.
September 2024, in Greensboro, North Carolina. Something strange is happening underneath Tanya Richardson's bedspread.
Y'all see that? That is so weird.
My name is Tanya, and these are my videos. Well, at first, I was like, okay, it's my fan. My fan's blowing my blanket. And then it started occurring every night, and I'm like, okay, there's no way my fan can be doing this. So I got up, I turned the fan off.
That is so weird.
And the covers were still moving.
Which is when Tanya begins to wonder if it has anything to do with the recent loss of her beloved dog, Frenchie.
Frenchie passed away in April of last year. I got her when she was 7 weeks old. When I took her to the vet, she literally fit in the palm of my hand. She was that little. We bonded. She was with me through a lot of health issues I had. She was my companion. She was a diva. She was very spoiled. She was my best friend. She would get in the bed and she would get up under my covers and she would just roll around and play. She would get up under the blanket and she would run and she would chase my feet.
Which is exactly what Tanya believes the spirit of Frenchie
Frenchie, are you there?
is doing now.
Hello, my sweet girl. I knew you were here.
Probably about maybe the third or fourth time it happened, I started talking to the spirit like it was Frenchie. I was like, I know that's you.
Mama misses you.
I love it. I love her visits.
I miss you, my love.
This is pretty incredible, seeing a long lost pet that you have this loving connection with, and when they do pass, a lot of owners talk about feeling their presence. And to actually see what looks like an animal or something underneath the covers moving around and hearing her talk to it was amazing.
Yeah, I'll say that.
One of the things that I think animals are most aware of is in their passing, how incredibly heartbreaking it is for their humans. And I think that sometimes they choose to stick around as a way to kind of like ease that depression and sadness and shock of not having your pet anymore.
I knew you were here.
It comforts me knowing that she loves us enough to come back.
Tanya has since adopted a new puppy. And afterwards, initially, Frenchie's bedtime visits slowed down.
When I got Miss Pearl, she completely stopped. For about 3 weeks, there was no movement at all. It was happening about every night, and then it got to once or twice a month.
Which could be a sign of Frenchie's love for Tanya.
There's a strong sense with regard to pets and the afterlife that pets are aware that there will be more than one of them that we share our living years with. And I think that we see that sense here, that a pet might recognize I'm needed still, strongly. Whereas when a new pet has been adopted, that might taper off a little bit. I'm not needed here quite as much. I can back off a little bit more. And I think that speaks to a really beautiful gentleness of relationship that we perceive between us and our animal companions.
Hello, my sweet girl.
As soon as I, let her know it was okay, she wasn't taking her place, she came back and started moving around. And she was actually just moving in my room a little while ago.
Something, hopefully, Frenchie keeps doing for a long time.
I enjoy seeing it happen. I believe that she decided to stay here and not fully cross over, and I'm happy she did.
Coming up.
Strong energy up here, dude.
A haunted mansion in Nevada doesn't disappoint. Virginia City, Nevada is considered to be one of the most haunted towns in the U.S. And it's no wonder. In the 1860s, it thrived as an early mining town, though filled with mining deaths, lawlessness, and murders. In 1875, a devastating fire destroyed much of the town, leaving thousands homeless. And though much of it was rebuilt, the silver extraction boom was in decline, and most of the residents moved away. Today, with a population of about 720, Virginia City seems to be a ghost town, suspended in time. Which is what compelled 3 paranormal investigators to visit one of the homes in the town to see if it lives up to its reputation. And suffice it to say, it does. March 2020, Virginia City, Nevada. The owner of a mansion that was constructed soon after the fire of 1875 and is now an allegedly haunted bed and breakfast has invited paranormal investigator Patrick McQueary and his 2 friends.
All right, guys, so we're gonna head on in. We've got the SLS camera. Jeremy's got the Ovilus.
To see if they can capture any of the activity that guests have reported over the years.
Let's see what the mansion has to offer.
And what it has to offer becomes very clear, very quickly, just minutes into their investigation.
All right, you guys ready? Yeah, play it back.
Is there someone in this room with us?
What the?
What was that?
That just hit me in the jaw.
My name is Patrick, and this is my video. Something just kind of came at me, hit me in the face, and then just fell to the ground.
What the?
What is that, dude?
No.
What is that? A rock? Where did it come from?
Well, it hit me here. So, like, literally, it hit me right here. So it came from here.
It felt like something was more trying to communicate. Usually, if something's coming at you like that, it's like, hey, pay attention kind of thing.
Freaked out, but encouraged by the activity, they continue on through the house.
Yep. Strong energy up here, dude.
Yeah.
And when they come across a hallway with bookcases, Patrick places a ladder in a position that might make it easy for spirits to interact with.
Can you move that ladder? Can you move this? And look, like, if you jumped, like, it's not gonna fall.
They set up a static camera facing the bookcases and ladder to capture any activity that might happen, and then continue downstairs to check out some other rooms. And while they do, watch again as a book gets pulled partway out. Then, after several minutes, falls to the ground, which the guys don't see until they review the footage later.
It almost looks like it's like sliding out, like something's looking at it to like, is this what I want to read? And then, no, and then drops down, and it's like, what?
This moment with the book is actually really cool because it slides out and then just teeters at the edge there. But the shelf itself is against a wall and there's nothing on the other side to push it.
When they go back upstairs, it seems whatever had moved the book, and maybe some other books from a shelf not on camera, might still be lurking.
Whoa! Dude, it fell! It fell!
From what I see with the books being pushed out, from the ladders being pushed off of the bookshelf, and the objects being thrown at Patrick's face, whatever is in this space seems to be communicating and moving objects in a way saying, hey, look at me, I'm here.
Over here? Yeah, that looks good.
Wanting to take advantage of that communication, one of Patrick's friends sits on the staircase to begin a sensory deprivation session.
How many of you are here?
But whatever is in here with them,
This just died.
seems to have another idea.
Everything's dying right now.
Hey guys.
Everything's dying.
Did you see that?
Oh,
Let's
God.
go. Let's go.
Do you see it moving?
Watch closely. After most of their equipment dies, at the end of the hallway, a large, amorphous shadow figure suddenly appears.
I see a shadow and I'm like, look, you can clearly see that this shadow is in the other room. So it's basically like something is in the door frame that we can't see, but it's casting a shadow behind itself.
Equipment dies a lot. We've all had it happen. Put that together with the fact that there is this shadow where there shouldn't be a shadow. There's no more light. There's nothing moving. And yet we can clearly see a shadow moving down the hallway. All those things together start to say, okay, this isn't a coincidence anymore.
Capturing that shadow figure, that's one of like the scariest things I think that's ever happened to us.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's get this going.
Dude.
Scary enough to get them out of the mansion immediately. Terrified, but confident they've proved that the mansion is haunted.
Definitely one of the most active locations. We went in very excited, because it was the first time anybody was able to film there, and it 100% did not disappoint. I cannot wait to go back.
Coming up, a creature runs through a field in Argentina,
Va como muy rápido.
then morphs into something else. Imagine for a moment that you're out taking a walk in nature, and you spot something that for a split second appears to be a legendary cryptid. Mind-blowing, right? But what if that cryptid then suddenly seems to turn into a different creature in front of your eyes? Do you assume your mind is playing tricks on you? If so, you might want to reconsider. Because it could be a creature that can take the form of anything it wants to. And its only desire is to satisfy its insatiable hunger. March 3rd, 2025, in Buenos Aires, Argentina. A woman is enjoying a relaxing day outdoors in a private field. But her leisure time takes a sudden and very strange turn when she spots something odd in the distance.
¿Qué es eso? No sé si es una persona o qué.
It's a large, bipedal creature
Ay, boludo, qué raro.
that starts sprinting at what seems to be an incredible speed.
Va como muy rápido.
And it's unlike anything the woman has ever seen.
To me, it looks like something is gliding along, but it doesn't seem like it has this natural gait, like it's walking or running. It's almost just kind of floating through the field, which is very odd and spooky.
It's out in the middle of a field of what appears to be tall grain or grass, and it seems to be moving extremely quickly and nimbly through that field, even though there's no road or pathway through it.
I grew up in Pennsylvania, and there's a lot of fields where I grew up. And walking through fields isn't exactly easy because you have like debris and you have things that are sticking to you. So then that makes me think animal, because animals can move quicker through debris like that. But then I'm like, what animal is that? What does that even look like? I've never seen an animal that looks like that.
Though there is one classic cryptid that fits the bill.
My money's on Bigfoot. Running, tall, bipedal, shaggy, dark hair, kind of that domed head shape, clearly giant given the distance from the camera.
In this specific area, they've had a long history of Bigfoot sightings, and each region has their own name for these things, but they've been seeing this similar type of creature for hundreds of years in this immediate area.
However, Bigfoot, or as the locals call it here, the Ikumar, isn't the only bipedal cryptid thought to be roaming through Argentina.
The Boraro and the Maricochi are both South American bipedal cryptids, and they all have very similar features to what a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch would have. Massive ape-like beings. The Borero, I think, was reported to have feet that are backwards, so that when he ends up running forward, it looks like he's running in the opposite direction. It's like a defense mechanism used to confuse people that hunt it.
That's interesting. Because whatever this woman is looking at definitely appears to be skilled at confusing people. Watch the figure closely. Did you see it? Watch again, as the bipedal creature suddenly seems to morph into something else. And then starts walking on all fours.
¿Qué? No sé qué es un chabón.
In Argentine lore, there is the were-jaguar, which is similar to the skinwalker of the American Southwest, except in this case, it's said to be a wizard who performs a ritual that allows it to transform into a half-human, half-feline murdering machine with a bad attitude and a nasty appetite. Whatever this is, it's not folklore. It's a walking red flag with legs.
The woman stops recording, and according to her, the creature takes off for higher ground and out of sight.
Ay, boludo, qué raro. Va como muy rápido.
Which for her is probably for the best. No matter what this thing is.
¿Qué? No sé qué es un chabón.
Can you imagine, like, living there, seeing this thing on your property in the daytime, and you wonder, like, what goes on when the sun goes down? Is there something even more nefarious going on when it gets dark?
Let's hope not. For everyone's sake. What should you do in the event you witness something paranormal? Here are some tips to get it all on camera.
Frenchie, are you there?
Check your footage. And then, check it again. Trust that what you're seeing really is otherworldly.
There's another one right here.
I know.
Don't stop recording.
Were you recording me?
Even if you're scared. And if you do catch something, email us at submitparanormal@gmail.com. Your footage could be seen right here on Paranormal Caught on Camera.